This is the bike I currently have. That's a 1250, and I've done that one in the M colors. That's my previous bike. I'm gonna sell this one. I've been riding this one. I've done the German colors. I've had a few mods on this bike, which I carried over to the 1250. So the three bikes I've got, my previous one, it's a 2014 1200 RTP, and I bought this bike at that 4,000 Ks on it initially. It's got 20,000 Ks, so I was quite lucky to buy it with low Ks. At the time I bought it, I paid for this one, I paid $12,500. That one I bought recently is a 1250. I'll explain now what the differences are on the 1250. So the main difference on the 1250, the tappet cover is, it's an L shape. On the old ones it was just a straight line. And the two bikes I've had, these two are Victorian ones. This one in the middle, it's a 2020 model, and it actually comes from Adelaide. This bike has 120,000 Ks on it, and I'll explain what the difference is between the 1250 from Adelaide in South Australia versus Melbourne, Victoria. Maybe I'll okay, in terms of the dash layout on these ones, I guess why the Victorian ones are popular, they just better spec. The Adelaide one doesn't have a GPS mount unit, so there's no GPS similar to that one. And also these ones are a bit more basic. They don't have the semi-auto gear shifts, so it's just a normal gearbox. The big thing you want on the RTPs, lots of extras. I put pussy grips on the on my bike. They just actually protect the handle grips. So this one, for example, it just looks a bit tacky and worn, especially when you put the heating on. I think the plastic actually melts, and they're very expensive to swap over. On this one, if you put the pussy grips, then you could just take it, it's $20, then you can take it over. It's nice and soft on the touch. The stuff I've had done on my bike, actually on the old one, I struggled a lot. I didn't know how to do the horn. So the bikes, when you buy them in Victoria, won't come with a horn. And the big thing is, these bikes don't have a fuse box like the old bikes. There's a computer system called the Canvas system. So if you go onto the horn, there's just a thin little wire, and I actually initially tried to put to wire it up with a button, which is that button. It just didn't work. So what I've done with this one, I've put a Hex Easy Can system under the seat next to the Canvas system, and then you connect the horn and your extra electrical components. I've done the same thing with this one. I'll explain what I've done. So the windscreen on the bike I've got, I swapped it from the old bike, but it's a bigger windscreen. That's smaller. This one, it's wider, and it's got a lip on the top. I've put a BMW sticker as well. On the lights in front, it came with a fog lights, which is the bottom one. I put extra spotlights on. In terms of horn, I put in extra horns. You can see it up there. I've actually put a double horn on this one. I put two Fiam horns and also a Denali sound bomb. So it's 3 horns in total. When I put the horn on, I connect that to the Canvas system. The lights will strobe as well. So if you put the horn on, it really makes a big noise. So this one, that's just my good luck charm. That's a Metzeler Elephant. So I put that onto the bike, and then obviously I put the the stripes. And I put the in colors. It's just a sticker kit you buy off eBay. It actually comes from Italy. What I've done on the seat on this bike, I put a plastic rubber component under the seat. It makes the seat soft, and then cover it with a net. So it's a biking net, same as that one. The style on that one, it's just a plain net. On that bike you might see it's a plain net, also a netting thing, but it's smooth on the sides, just a bit of a different style. The seat on the Adelaide bike just looks a bit tacky. I've got a net cover I'll put over. The big conversion I've done in this one, I've taken the top box, cut it off in half, and then put the 47 litre GV top box on it. And then it's big enough that you can put extra helmets. So it will take 2 helmets, or in my case 1 helmet, and gloves and stuff like that. The thing on the RTPs, it's got these side cases. The civilian ones would open sideways. The cases on these ones open to the top, which means if you do lane splitting, the widest part of the bike would be the mirrors. So if you lane split and the mirrors can go through, the arse end of the bike will easily follow. So the widest part of the bike is the mirrors. On a civilian RT, it's a bit different in that the arse might be fatter than the front, so it makes it quite a good city bike. And what I also put on is the kangaroo deterrent, so it just whistles, works with wind, and so if you do long distance, then the kangaroos would jump away. And that's so the only thing, the canvas system. What you do, you take there's a stainless steel plate. You take the plate off, and the canvas system would sit right under there, and the wiring for the lights and the horn would run under the seat next to the tank to the front. What I've done with this one, you can see on some of them you can see extra wiring, but what I've done, I've connected the wiring of the fog lights to the spotlight, so they're all wired into one, so there's no loose wires lying on the side. So maybe you can see there also, there's no extra wires, and I just tied it down. That's about what's to save on these bikes. But you've got there's only one way to connect the horn. You've got to do the Hex Easy Can. That's about $500 for the Easy Can conversion. And that's a thing you need, otherwise the electrics just won't work out. You can't connect it directly to the wiring loop. I'm going to keep this bike. This is my bike. It's just waiting for registration. I'll take it in for rego next week. And these two bikes I've got on bike sales and marketplace. And that's my bikes. In the comments below, let me know if there's questions on the bikes. I'm happy to share what I know on the bikes. But a great bike for everyday using, even with high Ks like that one. 120,000 kilometers on this bike. Top-notch bike. Nothing, no funny noises. Great bike. You can easily do a 400,000 Ks on these bikes. Good luck.